that scene when Amos is breaking it to Holden that Peaches is going to be taking a ride.
We're good. She's gonna ride with us for a little while. Thank you for being cool about this.
It was so hilarious. The charisma, the charm, and the
Yeah, and the
underhanded
logic.
bastard
Yep.
that it took to get that done was so
Just
funny.
like, love how Amos got Dad to let his girlfriend come on the ship.
Hi.
Peaches, come on up.
We have some exciting news for you guys this week. Before we get into
Do.
that, like, subscribe, comment, be a part of the discussion going on here on the channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But the big exciting news is we're going to do a live review of the entire season on BenjaTV's channel in YouTube, link in the description. We will be there with Pete Peppers, and we'll be there with One Take and Benja himself doing a live review of the entire season. So join us then. It'll be Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern on YouTube Live.
By the time we're in effective range, we'll have been overwhelmed with missiles we can't shoot down.
So we have to run.
I actually made sort of a comment last week that they were, making some maybe budgetary decisions in some of the episodes of, what to show on screen, what not to show. Like, that saved money. It gave us like some of the biggest space battles we have had in Expanse history. Huge finale as far as action is concerned. And some people didn't like that there wasn't as much action kind of peppered throughout the season. It was kind of like very specific moments. But man, did we get like a big action-packed episode to kind of finish things off for season 5.
That opening sequence and the whole lead
Totally.
up to the actual space battle of the Rocinante, where they were cutting her off, putting her in a chokehold, trying to stun lock her there.
You gotta be kidding me! Oh, did he do it? Did he get it? Oh my God! He caught him in an RKO in minute!
Lot of tension. I thought the whole beginning was amazing. I mean, that whole thing, just really taking their time. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Bring her on in. Whew. That was one hell of a ride.
Does Holden know we got her? Alex, do you copy?
Alex, not coming back for season 6, and we found out this episode how that plays out. And I mean, I'll say I have mixed feelings on it. It seems pretty clear that they made the decision after, the season was already shot. We find out, he had a stroke from the high G maneuvers they've been pulling.
The braking burn will be hellish. We're already juiced to the gills. We could stroke out.
It felt like kind of a, what? Really? Kind of moment. And you could tell that they did some reshoots to fill that in. Holden looking at the name, the plate with all their names on the Rosie. The end sequence, it seems like there was an empty chair very explicitly where I think he probably, Alex was sitting there and they digitally removed him. I think they did maybe the best they could, but it did feel a little bit strange.
Naomi's on that ship. I'm gonna get her. That's that.
His insistence on going there is what helped them find her and figure out the situation. And so he did have a hero's death. It wasn't a glamorous and a blaze of glory, but the character of Alex, I thought was respected in his death. However, then they have that scene where, you had theorized that the character of Bull is going to be taking over for Alex, and then he's literally drinking out of his cup.
Bull.
I felt like it was too on the nose and almost a little disrespectful at the time. Too soon kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But I think they were going for a little wink and a nod, so I don't take it to heart like that they were trying to be mean. He died a hero's death, and I'm happy about that.
We're not trying to win. I'd rather win.
I've been a little, on the fence, I think is the best way I can describe it as far as Bull. He's very gruff, and like, do we need another gruff character? Kind of everybody on the show these days is kind of gruff. But like, Bull finally actually had some personality this week. Okay, Bull's winning me over. I don't think he belongs as a core member of the show. Get Monica flying or something. I don't know. Make Peaches the pilot. Like, we just, we're fine with, somebody else can maintain as a main character. We don't need to explore a new character's backstory.
I think we should keep it very superficial with grumpy Tony Shalhoub.
Could we get Monk wandering around the Rocinante, like,
Yeah.
putting things back and cleaning them? Like, I don't know what that show becomes, but I
We
want
need
it.
to give Bull just a touch of OCD, and I feel like
Just
we're
a
in the
little.
sweet spot.
Playing a game.
What game?
It's called. It's called Are They Gone? Are They Gone?
No.
And the game's not over.
Something that was hypothesized weeks ago turns out to be the case. Monica, with some of Bobby's knowledge, was able to figure out what really was going on with those torpedoes, and one of them likely had the protomolecule, snuck away on it. I also love at the end, like, seriously, Monica, like, is just really becoming so endearing this season. She, like, at the end, they, like, kind of sneak Holden away for a secret meeting, and she's like, well, I'm going to be part of that meeting. Like, no, no, no. You're just incorrigible.
Don't even twitch. Shut up.
The Belters and Kamina, just how fractured they are as a people.
Yeah.
Even among Kamina's ship and crew, they have
Yeah.
divided completely.
Drummer's number 2, you think, well, where's she going to end up siding? One of the other guys ends up firing, the missiles, and she flips. Like, you just don't know who's going to side with who. It was very, like, intense and actually a little bit confusing at moments of which ship was firing at which ship. Drummer, again, losing people to Marco. Their man left on board. They ended up taking out Carolyn. They ended up tossing their guy out of an airlock. Then her crew splits apart. Naomi had a terrible season, but Drummer just had an absolutely brutal episode. Yeah.
It was a brutal ending for her. She's essentially choosing one family over the other, and I don't fault her number 2. Like, I don't look at her number 2 and think she was illogical or self-serving
Pragmatic.
or cowardly. Nothing. I 100% agree with both characters and their decisions, and that's kind of the greatness of the show. I'm glad Kamina did what she had to do. Carol. Not interested in Carol. Don't like her. Not a fan. Clearly. And I almost felt like, Kamina, no crying for you. Like, you knew this was going to happen. You pulled that gun and that dude was dead. You should have known that.
This isn't good for her long-term health. You know what I mean? Is Earth going to take her in? Like, maybe Naomi and Holden and various people that she's interacted with in the past can try to get her some kind of safe harbor, but it's a bad position to be in because Marco's now gunning for her. She doesn't really have allies in a lot of places. If you look at it, she forced her own crew into similar situation that Marco forced everybody into.
Yeah, when she pulled the gun, they didn't all vote on that. So she took their choice away from them. And as much as I agree with her choice, because that's what I want selfishly, is for the people I love to protect the other people I love, it doesn't mean that she didn't act selfishly and she didn't condemn others to death.
And the fact that she sort of did it for her, mix of belt and non-belt friends, she sort of sacrificed her belt family.
Marco not getting his comeuppance. I am not fully satisfied with this as a season finale. I think they left way too much on the table. I don't know. It's been a lot of buildup with Marco and not a lot of resolution. And I think it's super disappointing. I really love the show. I don't think people should quit on the show or really judge it too harshly when it comes to that, but it's disappointing waiting week to week and kind of wanting more to happen, that it feels like it's just kind of a big cliffhanger for everything coming to a head next season. I thought there was just going to be a little more conflict in this episode. However, top shelf. It's the best. It's one of the best out there. One of the best ever, hands down.
Speaking of top shelf, just don't drop your liquor like Amos did. That was a rookie mistake. Oh, shit.
Fuck it.
We're not book readers. We don't know how to read, in fact. We're illiterate.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Book readers confirm this for us, that this is how it plays out in the books. I have to assume that Marco goes on into book 6. Okay, it's too late. Like, Mars, this splinter faction of Martians has protomolecule, is going to be using it on a world. Like, I guess is the fear that they're going to get too powerful. And I do wonder how they're going to play this. This is just going to be sort of like, we need to, revenge for what they helped create with the Free Navy. Like, I don't know. I have to hope, next season they have a real good plan in place, because I know a lot of people say book 6 is like the book. So like
He
they
looks
get
like he's realizing his dad likes this being about him and doesn't really care about Belters. You know, they're chanting his dad's name. Like they're not chanting, you know,
this isn't,
go the belt.
for the belt.
Yeah, this isn't for the
Like,
belt. This is for Marco and
in
Naros.
the first season, the big like rallying cry was like remember the can't, but like that was about a lost ship. This is literally like this guy. It's such a cult of personality. We're clearly not done with Philip yet, and I think Philip either needs to turn on his dad or he needs to usurp his dad. Like otherwise, it's kind of pointless to have his character there. Do you know what I mean?
Naomi finally got rescued, and oh my god, it's just really a great bit of filmmaking. Naomi during that kind of suicide float, basically like Hail Mary, trying to warn
like, I
Alex
need
and
to get out of here.
Bobby. Yeah, and she did not do that expecting to be saved. She did that expecting to die, which is, you know, the tears and all that.
But to at least not let somebody else die for her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was so powerful. It was so well done. I ultimately felt like she was going to be saved, but they really pushed you to the edge there where you weren't sure up until that Bobby bump, I'll call it, right there at the end. The Bobby
good old
bump,
Bobby
yeah.
bump. We saw Fred get killed. You know, we really got to know Sin over multiple episodes and saw him go. Like this season, I think more than a lot of seasons, it has felt like major characters could be in danger. We kind of knew we were going to lose Alex at some point. And that it actually makes me wonder if Alex had not been, you know, given the kibosh from this season, would anything else have been done differently?
This is how we win.
I'm just worried Eric's going to show up next season and screw with Amos.
Oh.
I'm going to force you into a criminal life. I need you. Something stupid like that. And I don't want him to do that.
I don't want that either.
I got my own thing now.
If you change your mind,
I won't.
Mars starting their own hyper-fascist world with a proto-molecule and turning that into a weapon and probably trying to take over everything. Very interesting, very bleak. Mars is already a military nation, essentially.
Like,
so they're like, they're too lenient. You're like,
yeah,
have you met Bobby?
Oh, really? The ship's coming through the gate at the end. That was a little bit, I did not see that coming. I was like, whoa. The payoff at the end, while maybe not as big, you know, kind of final as you'd like, there was definitely like at least enough little kind of twists going on. I do like that we're bringing it back to the ring for the final season because it did feel conspicuously absent from this season. You know, season 3 and season 4 were so central, you know, that was so central to the entire story, that to have this season where it literally gets an occasional mention, but it never gets involved at all. It was a little surprising. Season 5 now behind us, and we've got one more season to look forward to. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to the same thing. Hopefully you're also looking forward to hearing us chat on stream this coming Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. It should be a good time. So hopefully you guys join us. Like, subscribe, keep up with us, and we will look forward to getting you some more videos in the coming weeks.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.